Alright, we are back at the DGL, about to go live into the pistol round with FgC versus Armada 2. This is a D1 Week 2 Season 8 match, once again on station, just like that VEA FTA game. And this time around, I am joined by Wooly. How you doing, Wooly?
What's up, Torso? I'm doing pretty well, man. How about you?
Pretty good. I just saw my boys kind of run train on FTA, so I'm in a good mood.
Yeah, man. It's got some DGL station action. Definitely one of the most exciting weeks in DGL. Very fast-paced map. A map that was actually made in a community creation competition. So it's actually turned out to be a great map here. We play it quite a lot, and yeah, got a good match here tonight. Armada 2 versus FGC. Congratulations to VEA on the FTA win as well. I'm sure that was a big win for them.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. This is a really great map. You get a lot of really early on interactions and runs into these players. Not very far to run to reach the enemy team. And because of that community-made map thing that Willie just mentioned, there's no skybox, which is why you see those grenades coming out. They've got nothing to hit as they fly across the map.
Yeah, so this is actually a lineup from FGC that we have not seen before. Most of the time, I would say that Lunatic and Bad Light Bulb. Usually, you have. Lately, you've had Tarpon, Torix, and then Snailman, and then usually Lunatic or Bad Light. Usually Bad Light. Usually, you see Joe or Galthor in there, and this time you have Lunatic and Bad Light paired together. So I wonder how that's going to go for them.
Bad Light is an absolute monster player.
He definitely is.
So.
Definitely a great rush player. Snailman and Tarpon, great players. Torix, great captain, been captaining a long time. And Lunatic, a pretty experienced player, maybe not on the same level as Tarpon in the frag power, but definitely a good player, knows what's going on, knows the game well. And yeah, it's going to be good stuff.
You know, Tarpon on a good day is pretty hard to beat, in my opinion. Like, I think he's probably one of the better players in the game right now. I think his weakness lies in his consistency, and I think Lunatic has him beat there. You can always count on Lunatic to deliver. Tarpon, he's either going to kill everybody all the time, or, you know, sometimes he just trips. Sometimes he's tripping.
And Armada 2, you got Johnny, Ares, Temp, Longsword, and Boz. Longsword and Johnny, very good players, along with Temp. He's a pretty frag-tastic monster as well.
We got Longsword with an immediate AKM pick onto Bad Light, and then Tarpon responding with a pick onto Boz. Two cross-mag picks to open us up. Looks like one of those was actually a pre-nade.
Torix jumping on the objective here for FGC.
Got a barrels nade failing to clear Torix off of that point. Looks like we got everyone else just holding up. FGC covering that Bravo cap, not pushing too hard. And Armada 2 kind of playing a little bit heavily towards Charlie, trying to get control over this side of the map. Torix is going to kill onto Ares from Bravo as Tarpon takes down Longsword. Torix also going to capture Bravo. Johnny and Temp come up with kills. Tarpon's going to take down Johnny, and it's all down to Temp against 3 FGC players. One or two of whom who just spawned in. They should be very near to Bravo to help take this player out. Manages to line up Torix, take him down, but Bad Light is there to end the round in FGC's favor. First round goes in favor of FGC.
Yeah, so, you know, saw a big round from Tarpon, about what you would expect. Torix getting on that objective to pressure Armada 2 into making fast decisions, and they just really couldn't deal with it. You know, Torix got a kill from the barrel, a kill, honestly, that, you know, most players on B wouldn't get, but Torix just being really good at playing that B objective, and Tarpon with that overseeing power there, getting the kills. So Bad Light being able to come back and finishing it off because of Torix's cap.
You know, it's that combination of Torix being confident enough to play the point and his players being good enough to cover him playing the point that I think won FGC that round.
Lunatic's coming up into A here. Bad Light also playing A. Torix on the objective, so FGC with a 2 split. Lunatic just ran right by Temp.
Flanking, weaving in and out around these players, but they know he's here now as he picks up a Longsword. I don't know what Temp was doing, but he was facing the wrong direction. Lunatic pick up a kill on him as well, and he's not done just yet. He's going to head over, get up in his candles position, see who else he can take out, as Johnny eventually finds him. Ares going to take down Tarpon as well.
Lunatic's insane run comes in there for Johnny, but Torix is capping B again, and there's not much decided to do about it. Boz picks up the kill after the cap, and it's a 4v2 right now. Johnny on Alpha.
And Johnny's in a tight spot as he's getting flanked by Bad Light. He's actually going to abandon the cap and see what else he can do. Tarpon going to take him down before he can get much done. Boz under a lot of fire, under a lot of pressure, is going to have to back off and head into the stilts position. And looks like timeout for just a split second. I saw him pause. Lunatic finding him despite the slight lag. 2-0 in favor of FGC. Let's open up this scoreboard real quick and just take a look, see how people are doing.
What you saw there is, you know, Lunatic with 2 of his 3 kills that one round, and Lunatic, his flank caused so much havoc against Armada 2 in the back line there that they really weren't able to focus on killing Torx, and Torx actually capped B as one of the last men alive because of Lunatic's just wrecking havoc back there. So good job to Lunatic.
Torx with a cap each round so far, and if this keeps going on, it's going to be almost like playing against 10 players or 9 players, because those FGC players you kill are just going to come straight back unless you kill that Bravo player. I know that sounds like super obvious, like super rudimentary, like yeah, of course that's what's going to happen, but it's really uncommon, as we saw in the VEA match, for anyone to really cap a point at this high level of play on this map. It's just such a short map. You can nade anywhere, you can get shot from anywhere, and Torx is doing a great job at controlling Bravo.
And you know, Torso, this FGC lineup usually, you know, like I said before, usually only features one of Lunatic and Bad Light, which both like to are basically flanker players. Even though Lunatic uses the M4 instead of the MP5, they're both very centered. They're centering their playstyles around getting behind the enemy, killing the enemy from behind. And I think this FGC lineup we're seeing for the first time here is actually going to be pretty dangerous, maybe more dangerous than the usual FGC lineup, because they have 2 players who are capable of getting behind the enemy and killing them. And they are supported by Tarpon and Snailman with Torx on the objective, calling the shots. So FGC is looking pretty dangerous right now. Armada 2 definitely not off to the start that they wanted to be at. The last round was close, but they just couldn't get rid of Torx. If Johnny can, you know, find a way maybe to take Torx out of the game early, they might can knock off a few rounds here.
It's really going to come down to killing Torx and then keeping FGC off of the objective. You really don't even have to do very much after that, I don't think. I think that's the main just linchpin strategy these guys need to latch onto. Totally right.
So we got our kills resetting here due to the glitch.
Yeah, I mentioned that during the last broadcast, but if you've just showed up, currently in the game there is an unfortunate bug that whenever you restart a round, just due to a pause or something, just out of necessity, the KD wipes for all the players. The objectives stay the same. Of course, the rounds won by each team will stay the same. Thankfully, that doesn't get fucked up. But Tarpon's going to go down from 4-1 to 0-0, so we're just going to have to remember they had 4 kills. So when he has 16 at the end of this match, he'll have dropped to 20. It's going to be really hard to keep track of that. So I'm just going to keep this scoreboard up for as long as I can.
So Torso, I have to ask you, I'm actually going to screenshot this so we can keep track of everyone's kills. I think, even though with the performances last week, with FGC barely squeaking it out against Ovation in overtime on District, and Armada 2 maybe surprising some people with a really dominant win over FTA, a 9-3 win over FTA on District, I think most people would agree here that FGC's probably favored to win this game, finishing second last season, having a lot of experience, you know, just being the overall better team than Armada 2. What kind of score are you looking at as a spectator? What are you kind of thinking? How close is this game going to be?
You really can't discount how far Johnny has come in like 2 seasons or however long he's played this game. It's pretty incredible the improvements that guy has made. Temp surprised me as a newer player. Ares has been around for a while. Longsword's been around for a while. Boz, under various names, has been around for a while. That said, these FGC guys, some of these guys are OGs. They've been around since the DGL began, I believe. I wasn't here, but this is what I've been told. I'm going to chalk it up. I'm going to predict an FGC victory pretty heavily. I'm thinking 9-3, and that's all just due to experience. Being able to read what players are doing, being in the right place at the right time, like Lunatic with that crazy play, running straight through Alpha and getting behind people. Like, you don't see Armada 2 players, unfortunately, having the real confidence and knowledge to know that that kind of thing is possible. They seem to be playing very, very safe, and while that will work against some teams and some players, I think the way that you fuck with FGC right now is do something that they're not expecting, because the meta is just so ingrained into these guys. So unless A2 manages to throw some kind of curveball, FGC is going to have this 9-3 if Armada 2 is lucky to pick up 3 rounds, you know?
Yeah, I would definitely say it's probably going to be along the lines of, I'd personally go 9-4, but yeah, you're probably thinking about the right number. You know, maybe Armada 2 can surprise us, but especially losing 2 rounds early on Insurgent, you would figure that if you're going to beat FGC, you need to do well on Insurgent rides, since FGC, you know, isn't usually a heavy objective center team, and they're probably a lot better at Insurgents than they are at security. So it honestly really just depends how Armada 2 is able to bounce back after this pause. If they let these next few rounds go and FGC away, this is probably going to get really out of hand. If Armada 2 can maybe take 2 of the next 3, it can make it a lot more interesting.
I'm actually kind of wondering why we are paused. This is taking a while. Let's see.
I think one of the Armada 2 players is AFK right now.
Johnny's saying there's some family stuff going on with one of his players. So we've just
Time to go to bed, son.
sat through a full like 5 minutes of pause time. I'm getting real antsy. Turning a cautious eye to Twitch chat. Doesn't really seem to be much going on. No one's complaining so far. This is awesome. Huge Manatee saying you don't need a sniper on this map for literally any shot. I would have to agree. Although sometimes the killing power of the bolts is nice. It looks like we're finally live after this restart.
Sweet.
Gonna pull back out and see if pre-nades are gonna do any work this round.
The Lunatic's got a pretty good spawn here on security. I think spawn definitely matters more on security side than Insurgent. Let's see what Lunatic will do with this good spawn of his.
Yeah, you've got to funnel out those small doors, and if you're not the first one... I guess we're restarting again. If you're not the first one out that door, it gets really hard to make it to your lane in a timely fashion. Insurgent's having a little bit more freedom because they don't have to funnel nearly as hard.
It's Torix now that has the good spawn, so I'm wondering if FGC switches themselves up based off of spawn, or if they just play more standardized and specialized, you know?
Yeah, I'm not giving much away by saying that's how I like to run security side. I think it's the way to do it. I think you're a little bit less predictable.
FGC very patient, waiting for those nades to go off before advancing.
It's Lunatic back onto Alpha. He's playing a little bit more conservatively this time. Waiting for an Armada player to peek him, and he'll take down Longsword before moving over to the inner lane on this map. Temp with a good turn and kill onto Lunatic. Got Torix once again about 25-30% capped on Bravo here, and so far uncontested. No one's trying to really. It looks like he's completely ignored.
Snowman with that pick on Boz. Frag on Snowman, and Aries has decided now to do something about Torix. Harbin, last man alive for FGC, playing near the Charlie side of the map here.
He's going to take down
Tips
Aries.
is going to go for him.
And that's going to stop the Bravo cap. Still about 60% capped up for FGC, but with Johnny taking down Tarpon, that's finally going to put a round into Armada 2's pocket. We're not looking at a wipe, a 9-0 game anymore. That prospect has been dashed. We're looking at 2-1, still in favor of FGC. But Armada showing that they're not just going to roll over and take it.
I need cover to load.
Yeah, Armada 2, though they're not up to the level of FGC, I would say that they are probably better than a lot of people think they are. You know, they did come out last week, played very well against a pretty good FTA team, and I still think FGC is going to win this, but that's really what they needed there to get that win after that 2-0 opening by FGC.
They are Div 1 players, all of them. They're a Div 1 team. I don't think anyone doubts their ability, but when you look at these two teams stack up against each other, there's really only one kind of clear indication as how it's going to go. Got Torix playing off of Bravo this time, near it, but not on it.
He hasn't touched it though. Armada 2 knows he's not on the point.
Maybe they think they got him with a nade because he's been so habitually running to that point at the beginning of the match. He's finally taking some shots at that Armada player. It's Boz up on Upper Shrine. Nothing's going to come of it, though, as Temp runs around, shoots Torix in the back. Lunatic refragging his teammate. Good cover from FGC. Bad light bulb with a kill. Onto Longsword. A little bit of banter coming out of Bad Light. We have just 2 players up for Armada 2 at the moment. 4 players alive for FGC. FGC with a huge amount of map control, whereas Armada 2 are kind of stacked on top of each other. If anyone goes Charlie and FGC, they're probably dead, but as far as that, I'm not exactly sure what Armada 2 is trying to do from this position. Maybe they're talking about what to do the next round.
Probably just waiting. FGC hasn't really stepped on any points yet, and they have no real reason to move right now.
Tarpon, Boz, and Johnny, though, all picking up kills. Boz, the last man alive. He's still in the same position he was earlier, not moving on from there. Lunatic and Snailman closing in on him slowly. Lunatic just going to park it here on these Z stairs. Snailman's kind of sharking around Bravo looking for kills. Lunatic taking a few shots. Maybe he saw a gun barrel or someone run by something. Or maybe he's just hoping for the lucky wall bang. I don't know if he saw anything. I wasn't watching him at the time.
I don't like how open Boz is here, but FGC is not looking anywhere near him, and he's quite lucky.
It kind of looks... The way he's moving around right now, he's not making any sound. I think he thinks that there is an FGC player near him, and he can't make any noise. But, really, there's no one anywhere near him. He could be as loud as he wanted, and it wouldn't give FGC any new information. They both know roughly where he is, and they're watching angles accordingly. Lunatic kind of extrapolating that they might be getting flanked, though, and watching a bit of an off angle here in Alpha. Snail seeing if he maybe got a little bit further than he actually has. He's still in this top shrine position. He's got all the time in the world, though, so I guess I'm glad that he isn't just running around with his pants down, because no one has touched an objective yet.
Lunatic is running around a little bit, so I think FGC has some kind of idea of where this player could be, but they haven't actually stepped on anything yet. Boz just staying kind of in the same position. I think Snail's maybe being antsy here, thinking about moving on to B, so...
Lunatic still playing, watching the same angle, though, so keeping those pants on for the time being. As Boz finally starts to peek out from Shrine.
Well, Lunatic isn't really in a position here to see any part of C. He's just kind of hanging out in Alpha, and you know, until he puts himself in a position where he can watch C, if Snailman were to die here to Boz, Lunatic's not going to be really in a position to get a refrag.
No, and as soon as Boz gets that kill, he is free. He probably doesn't know, but he's free to move elsewhere on the map, and that would really throw Lunatic off. He's going to get the initial information from his dead teammate.
Lunatic's on B. Boz saw him.
Boz with a gate kill on a Snail. Lunatic is gone, though. He's gone as far away from that point as possible. He turns and gets the kill onto Boz, luring him onto that point. Good play out of Lunatic. I got Kanye staring me in the face. It's 3-1 FGC.
Lunatic with a very good play there, able to get on that B point and get off. He knew he had been seen by Boz when Boz shot at him. Perhaps a mistake on Boz's part, and you know, Lunatic knew if he stayed in that house, he would get pinned down, and good move.
Yeah, Boz got really close for that spray onto Luna. You can shoot straight through these walls on this Bravo house with a good enough weapon. I think Boz was running an AKM, so he would have made it straight through those walls like paper. If he manages to hit Lunatic, he would have been dead. Got Snailman.
FGC with the kill the second round in a row. Definitely hurting Armada 2. Johnny with a kill.
Evening it out. We got Torx once again playing on to Bravo, getting that capped up. But we finally have Armada players looking for him. We got Ares looking down. You can probably see his leg if you double-checked that from Upper Shrine. Some nades coming out in the Bravo. Got Lunatic flanking around. Barely misses that player in the smoke. Torx manages to take him down anyways. Temp's going to kill Torx, though. Snailman jumps on to continue capping for his team. Manages to kill eventually onto Temp. Ares, though, killing Snailman right after he caps that point. Tarpon takes down Ares. It's another round in favor of FGC.
You kind of saw Temp get behind the enemy very early, and that's You know, it's good on his part, but he really didn't do much with it that round. Only got one really, really late kill. You know, if he would have opted to maybe do a little bit more damage earlier, much like Lunatic did, you know, you see Lunatic, compare Lunatic and Temp. Lunatic just played very aggressive that round, you know, really didn't get anything out of it, but caused enough havoc behind the enemy lines, you know, to disrupt the opposing team. And Temp just kind of being very patient after he got in that flank when, you know, really he might could have ran around and got a kill or two back there.
See a lot of the same idea, but different execution coming out of those teams. Getting those flankers back there to cause some damage. Got Ares finally starting off the round at an advantage for his team with a frag kill onto Tarpon. Got Lunatic flanking up through Hell this time. Got Temp on his lonesome, trying to put a bead onto an FGC player here. Bad light bulb goes down. That's going to clue off Lunatic to where this player is, though. He immediately frags. Does end up taking some fire.
Torx just went down to Ares here. It's a 2v3. Lunatic going down. The Boz and Snail all alone.
Snowman can't quite make that jump up onto that rock, and as he's failing to do so, Johnny will kill him. 4-2. I would love to see Armada 2 come out and win another 2 rounds here, even it up. I would argue, though, that they're playing on the favored side right now. I think at this point not a lot of people would disagree that Insurgents have a bit of an advantage when it comes to early kills, pre-nades, cross picks, etc.
I would have agreed with you last season, Torso, but lately I've actually found that a lot of teams run a decent amount of success on security. So it might be a little bit more team dependent. But I do agree that most teams will say that Insurgent probably is favored, especially last season. Snailman with another kill. So FGC has gotten pre-nades in 3 of the last 4 rounds, while Armada 2 has only been able to get 1, and that's something that's hurting them.
Boz, though, is going to kill Torx before he gets very much capped up onto Bravo at all. Bad light with a nasty shot onto Boz, however.
And Temp doesn't hear Lunatic. Lunatic just running back into Fan. Temp should be able to refrag Luna, but
we just barely misses seeing the gun barrel. I think Lunatic's about to steal the kill. He does. Johnny, in the meantime, killing Bad Light, and it's all down to Johnny. Looks like he's freaking out a little bit in the garage. FGC Snailman is capping up Bravo, just past half cap. Johnny has to do something about it as he peeks out to go do so. Tarpon will take him down. 5-2. Got 1 round left in this half.
Lunatic having a career day right now, just doing whatever he wants on Alpha side, not being heard by the enemy, getting through, and then after getting through, waiting for them to rotate to him and getting the kills. Lunatic doing a fantastic job.
Dude, Lunatic is playing great right now. I love how aggressive he's being. Saw a little bit of the flashlight even on the run-up. Hasn't quite made its appearance in a peak yet. I'm looking forward to him blinding somebody and killing them that way. See if that manages to come out.
I think Armada 2's up to an A rush.
I don't see much rushing going on. I do see 3 players in that area, though. Johnny's going to take down Bad Light. Torx, trading Bravo for Charlie, will get immediately gunned down by Ares, who's waiting there. He also attracted the attention of Boz, who's still up in the shrine position. Lunatic's going to kill Johnny. Tarpon trying to get the drop kill onto Boz. Misses. Kills Longsword, though. Stops that Bravo cap for Armada 2. Snailman taking down Ares.
Huge mistake there by Armada 2 to let Tarpon get between C and B when they had C control. Very bad mistake there, and now Tarpon's basically just running around right now. Boz with the lead gets the kill on Tarpon. Last kill.
That was
that's gonna
nasty.
Be fairly close half of 1v1 away from being a 4-4, but FGC comes out with a lot of better plays. Torx with the objectives, 4 more caps. Armada 2 held to no caps. Lunatic having a huge first half, and it's going to be 5-3 for FGC.
So this might be asking for too much information on a team that you coach, but is Armada 2, would you say Armada 2 is an insurgent team or a security team, just in general?
Security.
Security?
I think, yep.
Let's see how the second half goes for them.
I think Armada is also a security team, and I wouldn't say they play exactly like us. They do a few things that are kind of like our team, but they also have a little bit of their own tricks as well. They try to play to their play style, their players, how they want to do it, and they do it well. So, but I also would say FGC is an insurgency.
So both these teams coming to hold weapons that they're more comfortable with. On the sides, they might be more familiar with. In roles, they might be more confident with. Let's see what comes out of these two teams as we get into the second half. Tarpon started off strong for his team with a frag kill onto Ares as Bad Light guns down Johnny. 5-3 already. Temp play the docks position here on Bravo, but it looks like we got a nade coming out of Snailman looking to kill Temp. Goes off a little bit prematurely. Doesn't roll nearly as far. Wisdom shots through the smoke, eventually connect with Snailman. Tarpon, though, taking down Boz. It's Temp and Longsword. Sorry, just Temp.
Long missed the easy shot right there, and Bad Light's just about to run down Temp here.
Bad Light jumping on just a hair's breadth before Bravo gets captured. Cleans up the point. Bad Light having 3 kills that round, going huge for his team. Puts us at 6-3 in FGC's favor. I'd like to say we've got a pretty even spread of kills with the exception of Torx and Longsword. Torx playing objectives and Longsword, I'm not sure, maybe just not his day, but everyone else sitting somewhere between 5, 7, or 8 kills.
Yeah, I would say that Torx is a bit excused because he's been playing security B most of the match, and it's kind of, it's understandable to have only 1 kill out of that, but Longsword, probably the difference right now. He just needs to find a way to get it going for his team. Definitely helped them out quite a lot.
Got a flash coming out that's flashing at least 3 or 4 players. Didn't even get to see which players got flashed. Can't even read the nameplate when we're under that effect in spec mode. Temp and Torx coming up with kills. Tarpon's going to take down Temp. Ares is going to take down Bad Light, and Ares is just a little bit of a run through here through hell.
It's a 3v3 right now, a very crucial situation for both teams.
The trade kills have come out. Now we're looking to see some players maybe just hold some positions as Johnny takes down Snailman. Ares trying to stop this Captain Alpha. He's going to get a kill onto Torx and do so, and we're stuck with Tarpon against 3 Armada 2 players. Jumping down in plain view of Boz, who is capping Charlie. It's a really good round going in favor of Armada 2. I guess they're still in this. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's
4-6.
Pretty close match so far. FGC obviously with the lead. FGC's been able to play a lot better in a lot of those close in-game situations. Kind of what they're known for, not really blowing it. Playing very well in 2v2s because of their experience. But Armada 2, able to take a few rounds and kind of hold on. So
already my prediction is wrong. Didn't see too many predictions out in chat. Snailman cross-picking. Johnny responding with an MP5 cross-pick on a Tarpon, though, and Bad Light's going to take down Longsword. Lunatic takes down Johnny. Temp's going to defend Bravo. He's got about halfway capped. He kills Bad Light in the process, and we got Boz trying to make moves onto Charlie, but Lunatic is there to hold that down. Temp getting another kill on a Torx.
Lunatic just missed a shot on Boz. This round could be over already, but he blew it. And if Boz is able to kill Snail here, this is going to be really interesting. But that is not the case. Snail cleans it up.
Gotta say, Temp doing work on Bravo, though. He was a little bit of a tank there. 2 kills and getting it halfway capped for his team. That is an awesome effort. Unfortunately, his teammates not anywhere nearby or, frankly, alive enough to help him out there as he went down, get the refrag, get the cover that he needed to take that all the way.
Yeah, no disrespect to Longsword, but I'm a bit surprised at Johnny, knowing Johnny, that he hasn't subbed Long out yet. It's just not really Longsword's day right now, and he hasn't been able to pick up a kill in 11 rounds, and that's very tough. This
is just going to happen, no matter how good or experienced the player is. You're just going to have an off day. Double pre-made kills. I saw both of those. Torx and Tarpon both picking up a kill. Ares and Boz are down. Got Longsword playing Bravo. This is a really good use of someone who might not have a very hot hand at the moment. Just park him at Bravo and see if you can get a body on that point. Got Temp rounding the corner. Bad Light taking him, or getting taken out by him. Torx in the meantime will clean up Temp. Got Longsword getting Bravo more than halfway capped for his team. FgC really needs to respond to this. Tarpon with a kill from Upper Shrine to take down Johnny as Lunatic cleans up Longsword. We're at match point. It's 4-8 FGC.
Come on, Johnny. Control that MP5, man. he saw Tarpon in clear view, and man, the MP5 just couldn't reach far enough. Tarpon stuffed him in the face with the AKM there.
Is he using a red dot in that thing? No.
No.
In
we
that,
don't. We don't.
Okay,
us Armada players, we don't use red dots.
But look,
You have to
dude, you
understand.
gotta admit, in that situation, having a little tiny dot to aim at, he might have hit him.
Maybe.
Yeah, everywhere else, it's a 50-50 chance. But, you know, those long-range shots, man, it helps.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Give you that much. Its crossbig's been super effective for Snail so far. Tarpon has gotten nade kills every round, it seems.
Bad Light murks Johnny down in hell. That was nuts. Boz, in the meantime, though, takes down Lunatic as Tarpon takes down Ares. We've got one Armada 2 players, excuse me, against 4 FGC players as Temp attempts a wallbang, comes up dry. He's looking to get some work done here on the alpha side of the map. He'd be looking a lot of FGC players' backs if he came around to them, does not find any as Bad Light finds him. It's going to end at 9-4 in favor of FGC. Another very good match here on station tonight. And I think that's going to do it for the night here at the DGL. So thank you, Wooly, for co-casting, and thank you all for watching. We'll be back hopefully later this week with some more matches, if not this week, then early next week.